full off of Thanksgiving. I'm done. What's going on, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving. This episode may not come out exactly on the day that it needed to be, but it'll be out soon. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We're heading to Christmas now, so let's get into it. I am stuffed and I have a belly full of food, and I didn't feel like going out. I was on my way to go see Resident Evil movie, the new movie that came out, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. And I saw that Hawkeye came out, and I started, well, I got Disney Plus now, I can watch that. So I decided to watch the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye. This Hawkeye show, we only in 2 episodes with that. Hawkeye. At first I thought it was kind of weird for them to do a show on Hawkeye, but I read some of the comic that they put out. It's not a very old comic of Hawkeye, but it's a fairly new one. And let's get into it. So this show so far is looking like Hawkeye, aka Clint, he's in the show, but it looking like he's finna have a little protege under his belt. A protege by the name of Kate Bishop, who is an excellent marksmanship like him. She's 22 years old. She has a rich mommy. Her dad passed away during the time where the alien invaded New York and the Avengers helped stop it. And Hawkeye was her inspiration when she saw that. So and they did this little montage in the beginning of the show where they show her training, shooting arrows, doing fencing, doing martial arts, doing all those things. And I guess she's setting herself up to be a superhero. And it gives you some backstory about her mother, about her mother's new relationship. And you see Clint with his kids in the first episode. And there is some type of Captain America musical. You can see he was getting really annoyed being there because he looking at this like this is some bullshit. Like I lived this, I've been through this, and he looked very uneasy and very uncomfortable being there, which he had every right. I cringed when I watched it too. I was like, ugh. Then he saw his old friend Black Widow in there, and she passed away, and it's like, come on, guys. He's spending time with his kids for Christmas, and him and the girl intertwined because Kate Bishop got herself involved in things, and she put on the uniform and acted like a vigilante, some sort, like she was like a superhero. He paid something came on the news and he paid attention to it, but it wasn't her that he was paying attention to, it's what she had on. And he knew that whoever had that outfit on was gonna get into a lot of trouble. Now, some of you who seen Endgame, he had that uniform on when he was like doing some assassination work or whatever. And it's the same outfit that she had on. She explained how she got the outfit, but he knew whoever had that on, they need to take it off. And plus, he probably thought that they was associated with the same people he was dealing with the same people that he was dealing with in Endgame. So he go after them, they find each other, and then he tries to help her out, tries to get her to stay away. She's shy. She don't want to tell him that he's a big influence on her. And you can tell what this show is going. You can see where it's going. People find out that it is her eventually. And I'll be honest with you, with him, it seemed like the thing about Hawkeye is he's never in the limelight like the rest of them. He's kind of like in the shadows. He's very underneath everything. Like, he doesn't glorify himself as a superhero. He doesn't want no title. Even in the show, when people call him Hawkeye, he said, hey, just call me Clint, all right? He don't care about this stuff. He don't want to get branded. He don't want none of that stuff. He just was there to serve a job, and that was it. He's a family man now. He has a family, and that's what he cares about. he doesn't care about being Hawkeye. He wants to be a family man. He wants to spend time with his kid. And in this show, all he's trying to do is spend time with his kids on Christmas. But this whole situation that Kate Bishop got herself into had forced his hand, and now they have to deal with it. The first 2 episodes, you know, we seen this before, right? Like, WandaVision was weird. You gotta really stay with the show to see where it's going. It can turn a lot of people out, but I give WandaVision credit for their bold choice and their artistic creative choice with it, how they went with their show and the end result of it. And it was a cool build-up, so I give them props on it. And the one thing I like about all these Marvel shows is that they're all separate from each other. They all don't feel the same like the last one you watched. Like, WandaVision don't feel like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or the Falcon and Winter Soldier don't feel like Loki, or Loki don't feel like Hawkeye. Each of them have their own unique thing. But you could tell that in those first 3, that they had a huge budget for each of those shows. And this one, this seemed like it's gonna be hardcore, raw edge, straight up no CGI stuff. And I'm hoping for that. Because Hawkeye's, he don't have powers. He's a very skillful guy. Very skilled, trained person. And we're hoping to see us seeing this in the show. The show got a lot of humor in it, which I wasn't expecting that much humor in it, but it's Disney. I don't expect it to be too dark, but it had a lot of humor in it. There was some cool little funny moments, and that's like, okay, well, it's Disney, so they could have went dark with it, but you know, because to me, he is somewhat of a brood character. You could tell he's dealing with some type of PTSD, because he was kind of shook up when he saw the musical and everybody performing. Like, you could tell he was a little frustrated about that, but and he's still dealing with the death of Natasha Romanoff, which we all know what happened with that on Endgame. So I don't know where they're gonna go with this show. I can't honestly say. It's going in a very slow pace, but Marvel know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Not all the time, but they know what they're doing. So I'm gonna give them a benefit of the doubt and see where they're gonna take this. I already know they're gonna have like 2 special guest stars in the show. We already know. If you seen Black Widow, you know who's gonna show up in the show eventually. And I'm not saying that I know what's gonna happen, but in my eyes, this seems like this is getting set up to be kind of like a passing of the torch for him. Because like I said, the dude is a family man now. He wants to be with his family. He don't want to be Hawkeye no more. He don't want that. But this girl, Kate Bishop, who working her way towards it, it seems like she wants that title. So I think this show is gonna be a send-off. We'll see. I don't know. Jeremy Renner is a great actor. He does what he does in the film. The girl who played Kate Bishop, she's doing great. I saw that some people was having issues with it because it seemed like the show is based off of her. But you know, Marvel, you gotta have some type of origin story when you introducing a new character, because clearly the direction they're going with this, clearly she's gonna be a main character eventually. So if they give her a backstory, that means that she's gonna be in the Marvel universe for a good little minute. And so this is like a, you know, they gotta give us some type of backstory. We gotta know who she is. But this is it looking like this show's gonna be a passing of the torch for him. You can look in his eye, he don't wanna be Hawkeye no more. He done with it. And you know, I think Hawkeye is gonna be it may be, it look like it's heading into the right direction. I'm gonna give it a chance, but the first 2 episodes was dragged, especially the first one. It dragged. I fell asleep on it. I ain't gonna even lie. I fell asleep on it. It did not keep my attention, but I finished it up today, and we're gonna see. I have to be honest with you. I done watched all Marvel shows, and the one I'm liking so far is Loki. I think Loki was weird, unusual, unpredictable, different. It really kept my attention more than the other shows did, and so far I like Loki. But we're gonna see how I feel about Hawkeye. You know, Marvel know what they're doing. At this point, they should know what they be doing with this. So we'll give it a shot. Hawkeye was never one of my, as many to everybody, he was never one of my favorite Marvel heroes to read upon. Only if you was born in the 90s and you watched that short-lived Iron Man show, you see him pop up a few times in that little purple and black outfit he used to wear. He don't have any superpowers. He's an excellent marksmanship, and that's what he's good at. And he know how to handle himself. So we're not gonna see a lot of CGI. I may see some though. When he shoots the bow and arrow, he may shoot down a plane or something like that. But I'm gonna keep watching it. You know, see where it goes. So Hawkeye on Disney Plus. If you have a subscription and if you like the Marvel franchise, suggest you watch it, because you got some diehard Marvel fans. Y'all know how they do. When they get to the end of the episode, the end of the series, you gotta watch it so that way you know where it's setting up. WandaVision, they set it up for another movie. Falcon and Winter Soldier, they set it up for another movie. Loki, they had set it up for another movie. So you know this is gonna be set up for another movie. But I see that they kind of like rolling the old actors out of their roles and giving it to and seeing how they gonna do with the characters. So I don't know. They gonna have to eventually bring X-Men in here. Eventually, they gonna have to bring this. They gonna have to bring those characters back. Eventually, and Fantastic Four. Eventually. These ain't the shows I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on Moon Knight. That's the one. That's the one I'm waiting on. So that's my review on Hawkeye first episode. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments in the description and have a good Thanksgiving. Y'all be safe. Don't drink and drive. And I'm out.